Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up, because the NFL rumor mill is buzzing like never before, and this time the spotlight is on a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC West, and more specifically the 49ers' offensive outlook. It's no secret that the 49ers have been on a tear this season, sitting comfortably with a 9-4 record and leading the division with a potent mix of elite defense, versatile offense, and a coaching staff that seems to have cracked the code on winning. But as always, the NFL never stops turning, and whispers of a major move are starting to circulate, centered around none other than Chris Olave from the New Orleans Saints. Now, before we dive deep into the details, I want to remind you all that this is speculative at this point, based on league sources like Adam Schefter, but the potential implications are huge enough to warrant a detailed breakdown. The Saints, currently sitting at 5-9, are facing some tough financial challenges and cap constraints, especially with only about $10 million in cap space for 2026, according to Over the Cap. This cap crunch could push New Orleans into a rebuild mode, and one of the biggest assets they could consider moving is Chris Olave. Olave, just 25 years old, has already established himself as one of the most explosive receivers in the league, and his numbers this season are nothing short of spectacular. In 2025, Olave has amassed over 298 receiving yards, scored 12 touchdowns, caught 88 passes, and averages a remarkable 14.8 yards per reception. His PFF grade sits at 89.3, indicating a high level of consistency and elite route running, while his EPA per target is plus 0.35, showcasing his effectiveness on the field. His YAC, yards after catch, totals 642 yards, and he's been targeted deep downfield with a rate of 44%, making him a true vertical threat. His separation rate of 3.5 yards, as tracked by Next Gen Stats, and contested catch rate of 58% highlight his ability to win one-on-one battles and extend plays under pressure. All these numbers paint the picture of a player who can change the game at any moment, a speedster capable of evoking comparisons to Tyreek Hill, especially considering his evasive agility and game-breaking speed. Olave's career stats, with over 500 receiving yards and 28 touchdowns, coupled with 2 Pro Bowl selections, solidify his status as a premier young receiver in this league. Despite missing 2 games due to a shoulder injury, he still maintains an average of 92.7 yards per game and a route win rate of 72%, which is elite level. His ability to cut through defenses like a lightning bolt makes him a perfect fit for a team looking to inject explosive plays into their offense. So here's the big question. Could the 49ers actually pull the trigger on acquiring Olave? The answer might be yes, especially considering their current roster needs and the strategic shift they could pursue. The 49ers, with their 9-4 record, are already one of the most potent offenses in the league, but adding a player of Olave's caliber could elevate them to a whole new level. Right now, their passing offense averages around 232 yards per game, but with Olave, that number could jump to over 280 yards per game, a significant increase that would make them even more dangerous in the postseason. Imagine Deebo Samuel working alongside Olave, creating mismatches and stretching defenses vertically and horizontally. Olave's 2.6 yards per route run already outpaces John Jennings' 1.6, and if he were to join the 49ers, projections suggest he could rack up over 200 yards in the air, adding a new dimension to the team's red zone attack. The synergy with Brock Purdy, who's been playing at a QBR of 93.8 and completing 65.4% of his passes, could be explosive. Purdy's ability to distribute effectively and Olave's knack for winning contested catches and getting open deep makes this a match made in heaven. And let's not forget the impact of the current injury woes on the 49ers' front seven. With key players like Bethune out with an ankle injury, Martin sidelined with a concussion, and Warner on IR with an ankle injury, the team's run defense and pass rush have taken hits. Adding Olive could be a strategic move to compensate for some of these defensive absences by forcing defenses to respect the aerial attack even more, creating opportunities for the run game and other playmakers like Deebo Samuel. Now, from the Saints' perspective, sending Olive to the 49ers could be a way to free up cap space and acquire a first-round pick, which they desperately need to rebuild their offensive line, especially considering their PFF pass block grade of just 60. 2. Their offense currently ranks 20th in the league, averaging only 22 points per game, which isn't enough to compete at the highest level. Losing Olive would sting, but it could be a necessary move to pivot towards a rebuild, especially with the team's cap situation and the aging of quarterback Derek Carr, whose performance could regress without better protection. For the 49ers, this potential trade isn't just about adding another weapon. It's about reasserting their dominance and setting themselves up for a real Super Bowl push. The odds to win Super Bowl LXI have shifted significantly, initially at plus 350, now down to plus 150, reflecting how much the betting market believes in their chances if they can land a player like Olive. It's a move that could cement their status as NFC favorites, especially considering their already strong roster and the depth they have on defense. Looking at the larger picture, this move would also send a message across the league that the 49ers are willing to go all in, making bold moves to secure another shot at the Vince Lombardi Trophy. It's reminiscent of some of the best trades in recent NFL history that transformed teams and changed the course of seasons. Olive's addition could be the final piece that pushes San Francisco over the edge, especially in a postseason where explosiveness and big play ability often decide champions. Now, it's also worth remembering that trade rumors like these are always fluid. The Saints might prefer to hold on to Olive if they believe they can turn things around or if offers don't meet their valuation. But given the current landscape, a package including a first-round pick and some future considerations could be enough to sway them. The 49ers could leverage their draft capital and financial flexibility to make this happen, especially as they look ahead to a potential deep playoff run. As fans, you know how exciting this season has been so far. Brock Purdy has shown that he can lead this team with poise and precision. Deebo Samuel remains a dynamic playmaker, and the defense, despite some injuries, continues to be one of the best in the league. But adding Olive would take everything to another level. It's about building a roster that's unstoppable, about turning Levi's Stadium into a fortress of explosive plays, and about cementing your legacy as one of the greatest teams in NFL history. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. This potential move is just the beginning of what could be a very exciting offseason, and the 49ers have the assets and the motivation to make a splash if the right opportunity presents itself. The NFC West is tightening up, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The competition is fierce, but with a move like acquiring Olive, San Francisco could firmly establish themselves as the team to beat come playoff time. So keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned, because the next few weeks could be crucial for the future of this team. The road to Super Bowl LXI is still wide open, and the 49ers are certainly not done making waves.